Andrea Grippy Getz is celebrating. Happy birthday. And yesterday was my wife. I forgot to mention it yesterday. It was my wife's birthday. She's 86 years old today. Yeah.
You better knock
Her
it
name is
off.
Martha Ray. Me and my wife are so happy together.
She's that Polygrip?
Polygrip, yeah. Yes. Believe me, her teeth stay in. She uses some of that Polygrip on my CPAP mask at night sometimes. It makes the seal.
Then turns off the machine.
She just shoves it right up my nostrils and says, I hope you're dead now. My wife, Allison, celebrating a birthday yesterday, and she'll continue to trust me to celebrate for the rest of the month. The birthday cake from the Florentine Pastry Shop goes to Andrea Grippy Getz. Andrea will receive a cake from the Florentine Pastry Shop, legendary Florentine on Bleecker Street in downtown Utica. All right, Tim Reed, good morning. Do you have a few minutes to hang with us?
I do.
All right.
I do. I want to stay dry.
We're sucking him into the... it is pouring. It's been pouring out
we
there,
need the rain. Right?
We do. I want to do this, and we'll go right to news, and then we'll come back and talk more with you. And we have Grand Funk Railroad coming up. I'm excited about that show. And tell me about this. I say that you're in the midst of something that really involves something we did a year ago. That you and I
February
partnered on. And
one of these. Hey, I got an idea, Tim. Thanks.
Whenever I call him with that, but this one really worked out like we never thought.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're talking Flint, Michigan.
Flint,
the water
Michigan,
drive.
the water crisis that they were in the midst of, and. Bill, you came up with this idea of shipping water out to Flint, and you thought it was going to be a small U-Haul with 50 cases of water.
Yes.
And it ended up with, 3 tractor-trailer loads of...
I always knew it was going to explode. I just didn't want to scare everybody.
Yeah. Everyone would run away.
Yeah, they don't run.
So, Did you hear that, Tom? Hear that, Tom Highland?
Utica Mac was a big supporter, of course.
I mean, it was...
Shenantries and everybody that got involved. It was amazing how this community... And there's a sign, which I guess you can't see on TV, but there's a sign here that Jill Ray did that's really indicative of what we did. This community came together for... Flint, which is near Utica, Michigan, and that was kind of our tie-in. So,
but I mean,
you're keeping the torch going.
It was so indicative of So we're going to be going. We're going to be going out to Flint. It's the 40th anniversary of the Crim Run, so they're a little older than us because our 40th birthday is coming up next year. And I had actually met those folks a number of years earlier, and all I can tell you about Flint is, and I think that Christine had said it was, kind of like. If you feel bad about living in Utica, go to Flint.
Yeah,
it's a tough town.
It's a town that hasn't been able to bounce back like we seem to be bouncing back right now.
No, it's we were known as Handshake City or whatever.
Yeah.
With that Flint was known as Vehicle City. It was a huge GM producer of parts and things like that. And, when all the parts went offshore, wherever it was, Flint was left. And so you've got a city of 104,000 people. It's primarily lower-income folks that couldn't leave. Yeah. And then to add insult to injury, to have this lead water crisis was just an abomination.
Yeah.
So
there's a run.
Yeah, so there's a run that's going to be taking place out there. And I think one of the things they were very concerned about was that even though there was this initial, first of all, they don't like the idea of your city doesn't want to be defined by something like that, right?
Yeah.
But secondly was, after the initial hoopla and, the president and everyone is, people walk away.
Right.
They're still stuck with the problem.
We love the story. Like us.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
We did our thing.
You guys are like, you chase the shiny object,
right.
and then where's the new shiny object?
There's another one.
That's the way it is.
Somewhere, and that happens. It happens with blood drives. It happens with in this case, in the water drive. Toys during the year, food to Thanksgiving. Boy, people need to eat around May, too, but we don't think about it at that time. So, but this race is big, similar to what the Boilermaker does.
It's a big race. It is very similar, so similar to the Boilermaker in regards to the community totally embraces it. It is their time that they shine and whatever it is. And, talking to the organizers there, I mean, they were concerned, number one, that registration was going to be down.
Yeah.
And, they also were concerned that people had kind of forgotten about them. So said, you know what, we're coming out.
So we'll talk about that. Sit tight. We'll do news, and we'll come back. And you have some gear, too, which is really, really cool. And we'll talk about get a hold of that. There's also a bus ride, right? There's a
bus ride out. Yep.
And we'll talk about all of it coming up. Along with boxing tickets we'll give away for the Turning Stone on Friday night. And in German Flats, that big public hearing that was yesterday on the Creekside Mobile Home, we're going to tackle that with the owners, Bill and Virginia Jakewich, coming up next. Here's Jeff now, 7:33 with news on WIBX.